There is a new narrative in Africa, our continent is rising.
The role of education in development, and so I think that all youth in Africa can be involved in defining what kind of education they want, what kind of education the country needs. So it's really having a dialogue to look at what is happening, whether it's working or not working.
Young people are taking up the responsibility of driving social innovation across different sectors of the continent. From education, entrepreneurship, technology, health and many more, outstanding youth-led innovations are advancing the collective interest of the entire African people.
Okay, so first things first, yes, we have a very aggressive expansion plan. However, our focus is to launch in Lagos, which we have done, and to set a standard for motorcycles. Before we came into the market, there was a huge negative perception on riding bikes, which we wanted to change by coming into the market. And that's why all our bikes are branded. All our drivers wear helmets, there's the enforcement of hairnets, we have the comprehensive insurance. So we do quite a lot to ensure that we differentiate ourselves from the traditional Okadas and to communicate to customers that we are different.
My advice to the youth out there, that the progress of Africa depends on you. Be an active citizen. Don't look forward to always receiving support, because you have all the necessities to help make Africa work once again. So no matter the skill you have, no matter the idea you have, don't just make it limited. Explore, network, let people get to know what you are doing, and trust me, Africa will be where it's supposed to be.
The Young African Leaders Forum is a major player in this African development trajectory. Through girl-child education, women's skills development, vocational handcrafts, finance seminars, youth development trainings, computer support programs, ICT4D, conferences and summits, YALF seeks to create a balance by empowering the girl child, youths and women, especially in undeserved communities in Africa.
Well, this summit is part of our Impact 5000 vision plan. So it's holding simultaneously annually now in every region of West Africa. We also would hold it in East Africa and in North Africa. So it's part of our Impact 5000 vision plan, which aims to impact 5,000 African women and children, even the youth, between now and at the end of 2019. So what we did is that we did the same event in Nairobi, Kenya as the East African Youth Summit. We did it again in Manzini, Swaziland as the Southern African Youth Summit, and we are doing it in Lagos, Nigeria as the West African Youth Summit. So by next year, we believe we would add to it the North African Youth Summit in Cairo, Egypt.
Well, I think it's important that one takes into consideration the environment that one belongs to. There are things that are beyond the control of the entrepreneur themselves. So, for example, entrepreneurs must always take into consideration government regulations. They must take into consideration the politics of the country, making sure that they're on the right side of the political divide. But I would say that even to be on the safer side, it's better to be friends to all and enemies to none.
Thank you very much. You said young leaders. And to be a leader, you first have to act. You have to do something. So my advice is to tell people to don't stay in one position, don't sleep on it, you understand? I want you to wake up and start doing something. The most important thing is start. You're going to be happy you started today, whatever it is you're going to start. In the next 1 month, 2 months, and 5 years from now, you're going to wonder, why did I start today? So my advice is to start something. Whatever it is you have in mind that you think, oh, this could work, start it. It's your idea, so I want you to put it into action. Thank you.
going into other rural areas, trying to see how we can empower people, empower young people through ICT for development skills. We have our computer support program in Aba, Nigeria, that we are trying to see how we can set up, and we'll do that from next year. We also have a small scale business enterprise that we are starting up in DR Congo next year as well. Then we have a poultry farm in Zimbabwe that we are trying to see how we can use to make women financially independent in Zimbabwe. So from next year, precisely from January, we will start up a massive fundraiser to be able to cater for the needs of this event. This event is not just an event that has come to go. It's an event that has come to stay, and it's an event that I know would impact lives in West Africa, in East Africa, in South Africa, and in North Africa. North Africa next year will be holding this same event, the maiden edition, in Cairo, Egypt. We have our plans on ground, and by next year we should be able to shoot out in Egypt and see how we can make Egypt, which is also the larger part of North Africa, become inclined with 21st century skills. And so what are we trying to achieve? We are trying to achieve an African continent that is prosperous and that is united. We are working with the African Union Agenda 2063 Vision Plan to make sure that Africa has the right prospects, the young people have the right motives, and we have leaders that can politically stand up and take up the leadership of Africa and ourselves generally.